This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming from 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston. We have Mr.
James Stancil, the Education Chair.
Mr. James.
And this is Tony Garrett. I'm with Children of the Incarcerated Alliance. I'm the chairman.
Nice. So you two have teamed up this year. We've got a father, daughter, and mother and son dance that is going to be happening. How did you all link up first? How about the collaboration between 100 Black Men and Incarcerated Alliance?
Well, we do a lot of our work at Texas Southern University, and Brother Garrett here is a recent graduate, so I happened to meet him on campus, and he told me about some of the things that he's involved with, outside of when he was in school, and I felt like it was a good fit for us with 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston. So we've tried to kind of combine our efforts. We're both working with young Black males and really any young males that need any kind of mentoring and assistance. So it seemed like it was a natural fit for us, and we've enjoyed working with his organization. They're great people.
Indeed. And tell us about Incarcerated Alliance.
Well, Children of the Incarcerated Alliance is based and is for at-risk youth, and not only Black males, but all males, youth, young males, as well as females. We don't have as many females, but we have some females, and we have female board members and things like that. But these are children that are at risk in our community. Say, for instance, a parent, grandparent, or anyone that may have been incarcerated and they're affected by the incarceration, which, we get that a lot. And a lot of times we don't know the effect of that incarceration until later. So we go in and we provide mentors, programs, interventions, things like that.
Okay, sounds like a perfect fit. And James, can you tell us, for those who may not be familiar, Houston, we got a lot of people that move here every week on an average. Talk about 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston and what it is that you all do in the community.
Absolutely. We are one of the chapters of 100 Black Men of America, which is the largest mentoring organization for African-American males in the country and probably in the world. And the Metropolitan Houston chapter, which I'm a part of here, is one of the larger chapters in the country. So we do a lot of community work and education. Mainly we mentor middle school males, high school males, but we also, just like Tony said, we work with females too, because sometimes we have programs that are school-based, so we don't just work only with males. But we have four main pillars that we work with: economic empowerment, health and wellness, education, and leadership development, which is our mentoring program. So we try to focus our mission around those four areas. So we really try to work and help the Houston community in all those different ways. And when we're 100 Black men, obviously, and we have a big focus on African-American males and African-American community, but we feel like if we help everyone, then that will help that community as well. So we don't just stop with any one group.
Indeed. You listen to Access Houston. We're talking to James from 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston and Tony with the Incarcerated Alliance. So let's talk about the father-daughter and mother-son community dance. When is that happening?
It happens May 19th, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It'll be at the Westbury Athletic Complex on Fondren. Last year it was just father-daughter, and man, it turned out really well. And on the website as well as on the Facebook page, we still have videos from last year's events and photos, as well as 100 Black Men. I'm sure they have also some items from last year also. Yeah.
And so what made you all want to add the mother-son aspect to it this year?
Well, because the other part of it was so successful, we wanted to include more of the community.
Okay.
And give more people the opportunity to come out and enjoy those good times. We had games as well as music from all ages. And, if you see some of those pictures like Brother Tony here is talking about, it really warms your heart. So we felt like we wanted to open this up more to everyone. So fathers and daughters, our mothers, sons, anyone who wants to come out. And it's not just for children. It's any age group. We had people who brought their senior parents out there, people in their 60s and their 70s, or people who brought, their adult children. Like my son was out there with his mother, and, he's in his mid-20s. And so we want everyone to realize and feel that this can be for them. Even if you're missing, a father or mother, or you have some person in your life, a parent or guardian that you feel like represents that role, we want you to come on out as well. And Brother Garrett can tell you about something that he calls the stand-ins, which I think is a really cool part of this.
Okay, Brother Gary, what's the stand-in?
The stand-ins for, say, for instance, you have a son. He doesn't have a mother to stand in. So we will have people out there, mothers,
Oh, nice.
that will stand in for the missing mother and or fathers for daughters that don't have. You know, a lot of times last year we had daughters that didn't come because they didn't have dresses. They didn't have someone to go with them. As James said, I had two of my adult daughters come with me, and this year I've invited my mother. She's 72, and I'm taking her as well. So it's not age limited. So we just look forward to having the community come out and enjoy, you know, just camaraderie and just get to know people, and we can network with people you didn't have any idea that existed. As well, last year we had so much fun. And this year, we talked about it last year that we were going to have a larger one. And this year it's going to be doubly inviting, as well as we really just want people to come out and have fun, because on a daily basis, people don't have fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, in order to have fun, you have to pay a lot of money. You have to
Right.
do this and this.
Yeah.
But with this dance, it's on Eventbrite. It's only $5 for the ticket. And if you don't have the $5, talk to us. We don't want to say nobody can come, because anybody that comes, we're going to make sure that they get in.
Indeed.
As well as other things.
Go ahead, James. You want to?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, and come anyway. And one of the things that attracted us to this 100 Black Men of Metro Houston is just the family aspect of it.
Yeah.
As I said, our pillars are education and health and wellness.
Yeah.
So this is helping to promote the families. And, you know, people know that we do a lot of good things with the mentees, and they may have come to some of our social events. We want you to know we're a family organization too. So if you come out there, you're going to see our chapter members with their families, their moms, their dads, their children, whatever the case may be. And, you know, just like Tony said, it warms your heart and it makes you feel good. And this is something that we want to do for the community. So $5, or if you don't have any money, or, you know, you have some difficulty getting it,
just holler at them. We can work something out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed. I'm glad that you all are doing this. You're right. It does nowadays seem like, you know, everything, in order to have fun, it has to have a cost. And so for this to be a low cost and something that's going to bring the community together in a great way, I am definitely here for all of this. What should people expect when they pull up on Saturday the 19th?
Well, for me, what I think they should anticipate is a warming welcome. They're going to be welcome. They're going to have fun, and they're probably going to see some people there that they know and people they haven't seen in a while. As well, I think that they should look forward to, as James said before, having a lot of fun with different games. We have committees for the dance, different committees from our board, as well as 100 Black Men are participating. And we sat down, planned this properly over a 2-3 month period. And we feel like it's going to be even better than last year. And last year was a great success. Well, so basically they can anticipate for 3 hours to be relaxed, have fun, and enjoy themselves, and take that with them. And willfully, it'll take them through the week.
Indeed. Well, save the date for Saturday, May 19th for the father, daughter, and mother-son community dance. It's going to be at the Westbury Christian School Athletic Complex, 1042, well, let me say that right, 10402 Fondren Road. That's 10402 Fondren Road, the Westbury Christian School Athletic Complex for the father, daughter, and mother-son community dance. Man, I really... well, I'm gonna be out of town, so I would say I would pull up.
Oh yeah,
you know,
everybody know,
because it seems like it's gonna be a great time. And tell them how they should dress though, because some may not know. You know, they was like, it's a dance.
This is the thing. We don't want anybody to pull up in tennis shoes and say, "Hey, I'm just here." And a lot of times, children, especially youth, don't want to go places because they don't have the proper attire. Talk to us. You can hit us on our emails and or our website, and we'll be glad to help you. And people in the community have said, hey, we have dresses, we have shoes, we're willing to do hair, cut hair, things
Men
like
and
that.
women.
So
nice. Okay.
Please don't just say, hey, I can't go because of this. Talk to somebody, talk to us, and we're here for you. Children of the Incarcerated Alliance, as well as 100 Black Men, we're here to help you attend this dance and have fun and just come out and stop being an introvert and try to be an extrovert sometimes.
Indeed.
And you're gonna get a lot for your $5.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have food out there. Good food. We just did a little taste test of it last weekend.
Oh yeah, is it banging?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
We're gonna have some raffle prizes and, like I said, games. For the younger kids, like musical chairs and little Soul Train-esque dance line.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a
If you've
lot
ever-
of fun,
If you ever
man.
been to one of our 100 Black Men Casino Couture events?
Yes.
It's gonna be a mini version of that.
Oh, well then they in for an incredible time then.
As well, you're gonna have, like James said, you're gonna have giveaways, hard to come by Astros tickets,
Oh,
and
ooh.
things like that. So
Ooh.
some people say, hey, let me go try to get some Astros tickets. But we also have some handmade items out of wood and leather that will be raffled off that are made by inmates in Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And when you see some of these items, you'll think they came straight from, a 100% store, because these guys put their heart and soul in it, and they don't sell them to us. Each year, they give Children of the Incarcerated Alliance, they give us these items to raffle as well as give to children as gifts for Christmas. And we usually do that. We give all the toys away and things that are intricate, like chess sets, checker set. These are handmade with wood and leather. And when you see them, you're going to be like, somebody made this, yeah. And you have a lot of people that are very talented, and they don't realize that talent until they have time to realize it.
Yeah.
And in prison, they have time to realize these things. And some of these people, their children as well as their family members will be at the dance. And just to acknowledge that there are people that are worthy, whether they're in prison or out here, they're worthy, and they still feel the same way about the community as we do. They want to help and they want to give back, and that's their way of giving back. So you have items like this, and you'll have interactions with people who are afraid to interact with the community because they feel bad about what their parent, their grandparent, or someone has done. But the thing with us is, come out. Everybody has a story, but also everybody has some input, and you have something good to give.
Indeed. I love it. Where can they get more information?
Well, you can go to the 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston webpage, and we'll have information there, 100blackmenhou.org. Or you can like our LinkedIn page, our Twitter page, our Instagram page, and our Facebook page.
Indeed.
As well, you can go to Children of the Incarcerated Alliance's Facebook page, where you have interactive activity there, and you will have information about the dance. As well, you can go to our website, which is COTI Alliance. I apologize, COTI Alliance.org. Or you can talk to me at TGARRETT@COTI.org.
Indeed. James from 100 Black Men of Metropolitan Houston, and Mr. Tony Garrett from Children of the Incarcerated Alliance. I really appreciate you all coming in. The father, daughter, and mother-son community dance is happening on Saturday, May the 19th at the Westbury Christian School Athletic Complex. That's 10402 Fondren Road. 10402 Fondren Road. So come suited and booted and ready to have some fun. Gentlemen, thank you all for coming on the program.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming back to the program. It's been a while since he has been on here, but we are glad to have one of my guys.
Yo, what up?
Very known in the community, especially in the arts world, poetry, a poet extraordinaire, my man, Outspoken Bean.
What up?
What's up, guy?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Happy Mother's Day.
Well, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
to
man.
all of the mothers out there.
Yes.
I'm not a mother. Are you?
No. Not even a father. I'm an uncle.
Right,
I'm an uncle.
right.
I am an uncle, but I'm not an auntie.
So silly. Outspoken Bean.
What's up, man? Thank you.
You do a lot in the community, of course, with your wonderful poetry team.
Meta4 Houston, man, swanging on them, man.
Man.
Those kids are incredible, man. Again, I want to thank the support from I guess Urban One Houston division, like really supporting our young people, man, and helping getting the word out, and for us to be able to reach as many students as we can with y'all's help. So it's been awesome, man, and our kids really love coming up here when we do the tours during the summer.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out when it's going to happen again. They really love it. And I love exposing them to like other things, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just like exposing. So
you guys sounded great. I heard you some weeks ago on the Mad Hatter Morning Show.
Yes, man, that was awesome. That was awesome, man.
But today you are here because it is that time of the year.
Another hat.
Another hat.
Yep.
For Outspoken Bean.
Yeah.
Plus Fest.
Yes, sir.
It is back Saturday. This coming Saturday, May the 19th.
I can't believe it, man.
Where's it going to be this year?
It's at this beautiful building called the Buffalo Bayou Partnership. A lot of people, it's an old building. It's one of Houston's oldest buildings, downtown.
Okay.
So do you know where when you're downtown and you're by the Buffalo Bayou?
Yeah.
Right. And you know where on your left, if you're facing north, on your left-hand side, you'll see Houston downtown. I mean, you'll see University of Houston downtown, right? And then on your right, it's the jail.
Yes.
A very beautiful jail. The windows are fake, y'all. So if you make that, like across from the bayou from that is where this building is.
Okay.
It's right across from the University of Houston downtown, which is also a sponsor. And man, and I'm utilizing all that I can in that space, man. The building is 3 stories. I have all 3 stories. It's going to be poetry on the rooftops. There's going to be poetry on the gravel. There's going to be poetry on the bayou itself, where we have a boat where people can get on. And people can get on the boat, and it holds about 30 people. And there's a poetry show that happens on the boat as you get a tour of downtown. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at your face.
I'm blown away.
Yeah,
like,
man,
wow.
it's really cool. It's really cool.
Definitely got to check this out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Outspoken Bean about Plus Fest, which is this Saturday, May the 19th. So a lot of people may not be familiar. What is Plus Fest? I mean, clearly with the suffix being fest, it must be a festival.
It is a festival, right? It's not really an acronym. But I say it's an acronym, but it's just shortened. It stands for essentially the Everything Plus Poetry Festival.
Okay.
So,
Plus
like
Fest.
I said, Plus Fest. Yeah,
Everything
man, it makes it a little
plus
simpler.
Poetry
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah. So, I bring in different forms of creativity and creation and figure out ways to add poetry to it. And sometimes I just bring in different forms of creativity and creation. You know what I mean? Different artists from different genres. We're going to have vendors, food, but it's also, I have some visual artists who are going to be doing some live sculpture work. I have a projectionist. What that is where this person is created something where it's projections. It's like light projections in a dark room, but it's interactive, and you can create a poem. Oh man. Yeah, man. And he's from the UK. I'm not flying him in, but he's sending the work, and it's easy. The internet makes things easy.
Yeah,
man.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man. It's my second year doing this, and I don't have to say this, but I'm going to because I'm really proud of it. I am the Mayor Office of Cultural Affairs Resident Artist Program recipient.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so with that money, essentially, I used a lot of that money to fund this festival. And I have other sponsors, a Holiday Inn downtown, Buffalo Bayou Partnership. They're donating the space. Buffalo Bayou Brewery, Naturally, Nyamka, Bravo. It's a lot of different, a lot of people helping making this happen to make sure that the artists are taken care of, man.
Is it safe to say that, what you're doing, and still just the whole poetry slam culture,
yes, sir,
is still underground?
Yeah.
It's safe to say that it's still underground.
I think it is. It is. It's so the venues here in Houston, the 2 dominant venues in Houston right now are Houston VIP, which is at Brazil every 4th Friday, and then every Wednesday, right about now at Avant Garden every Wednesday, and those bring in about 100 people. You know what I mean? One brings in about 400 people a month, right? And the other brings in about 100 a month because they're only once a month.
Right.
And then when you think about Houston,
and how huge, how incredibly huge Houston is.
Yeah, just Houston, just Montrose. If you think about just Montrose, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's underground, but there is an audience, and I'm trying to create platforms, larger platforms for performance poets to be recognized. And so a lot of that is collaborating with other art forms and stuff like that and other fringe artists. And I don't mind doing that. And so people you don't have to be a fan of poetry to come to Plus Fest.
Yeah, because I was about to get into that. I mean, not only, yes, poetry is probably the main, focus.
That's the main focus.
The common denominator of
That's it.
Plus Fest.
That's it. It's the common denominator. For
but
sure.
There's so much more. I mean, you've got visual, you got music, podcasts, dance. What moon bounce?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, the moon bounce is ready.
It's on it.
The moon bounce is live, man. I like moon bounces.
What is it?
Like the things that you jump in.
Oh, the bouncy houses.
Yeah, like the bouncy houses.
Oh, like that.
Oh yeah, you're not from the South.
No, I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah. Bouncy house, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or bouncy castle, or whatever.
This one is for adults.
It's for adults.
I love it because I've always wanted to do one. I mean, I've always wanted to flip around on the trampoline.
But then there's a 2-year-old.
Fall in some foam.
Yeah, man. Then there's a 2-year-old, right? This time, no, it's adults only. And kids are allowed to the festival.
Oh, please believe I'm going to act like a 2-year-old.
Yo,
I'm
man,
bouncing around and
I want
flipping.
that, man. But only 2 of y'all at a time.
So it sounds pretty cool. Tell us,
yes, sir.
At its inception, what was the how did you come up with Plus Fest?
Yeah, sure.
Basically, why am I thinking so hard about this question?
Yeah. How'd I come up with it? Well, I last year or when I say last year, so the grant process is like middle of the year until the end of the year. So when I say
all
last
this happened
year,
in like 2016.
16, yeah, man. Had a bad breakup. And then it was an idea that had permeated a while before that. And then, I needed to put my energy somewhere at that time. And I was like, I'm going to create this festival. It's been something that I wanted to do and I put on hold. And so I started putting all my energy into planning it and stuff like that. And I had a venue from somewhere else. And I just started planning it, not knowing where I was going to get this money. And then, and my friend Rudy Francisco, who recently was on Jimmy Fallon not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
So I hit him up and him and I talked and he was like, yo, I'm down if you can get it together. I was like, cool. So I had my headliner. I had my first headliner. And then, dog, I wrote a grant I wrote a grant to the Idea Fund, which is funded by, the main funder is by Andy Warhol Foundation.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And so I wrote, and I had applied for that grant a lot of times in the past, like 3 times. The 4th time is the charm, I guess.
Yeah.
But I had more idea. It was more concrete of an idea, to be honest, right? And I got that money, and I was like, let's do it. Yeah, like it was already in motion, but the idea came from like at first it was called Converge, and I went to a graphic designer, my first graphic designer, who's a friend of mine, and he was like, I think Converge is confusing, but it was called Converge, the Everything Plus Poetry Festival. He was like, just call it Plus Fest. I was like, yeah, that's so much easier to
Plus Fest.
It's easier to say.
And it rings.
Yeah, and then I got on Instagram and made sure it wasn't taken. Right. And it was not. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it wasn't taken.
And here we have.
And here we are. And here we are, man. So it was more of like, okay, this idea of, I love music festivals. I actually like conferences. I like how you can get a lot of people in a space and have them do multiple things. And I wanted to, again, create this platform for performance poets, because I will say, yes, it's underground, but it's still growing. It's still growing. You know what I mean? Like, there's only one poet I know that's like spoken word poet, straight up, nothing else, that's been on that's been on something as mainstream as Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fallon. Yeah, and he headlined my festival last year.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, and this year the headliners, inspirational MC D1 is headlining this year, and G Yamazawa, who started off in the poetry scene. He's a national poetry slam champion, and now he does MCing, and he's incredible, man. And so the Houston Poet Laureate Deep. We got Seven is doing a show with a brass band.
Okay. Oh,
like gonna have Second Line in there, man.
Okay.
My mom like that. There's gonna be a poetry slam happening at the festival for $1,000 for the winner. You know, like I said, there's gonna be live artists creating. There's an after party after the festival, and not only there's an after party that's directly after the festival, the day before at the Holiday Inn downtown, 1616 Main. There will be a pregame, like a artist meet and greet. That'll be happening. Okay. So, yeah, man, we just trying to get it.
So clear the day for this coming Saturday, May 19th.
This Saturday, May 19th.
For Plus Fest. Poetry, visuals, music, podcast, dance, so much more. They got the Bayou Boat tours. Vendors will be there. Of course, they'll have the moon bounce, and of course, the most important thing, food and food vendors.
Yeah, man.
So it's an all-day event from 1 until 10. That's when the festival is. And then from 11 to 2, they've got the after party. And you can get passes and all of the information at plusfest.net. That's plusfest.net. Follow them on social at plusfest. And we'll see you at the Buffalo Bayou Partnership, which is 1019 Commerce Street, downtown Houston. It's going to be, what a Saturday this will be.
What a Saturday, man. Man, and I got you, man. I got you, man. You come up. You're on.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Outspoken Bean of Plus Fest. Bro, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
No, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
No doubt.
100%.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.